Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Way of Emotional Mastery. Thank you so much for saying yes to the quest. I actually want to commend you for that because this work is not for the faint of heart. Thank you for being willing to step into this 8-week shamanic initiation and deep dive into living an illuminated life, a life free of suffering. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't have challenges and that obstacles won't arise, but it does mean that you don't have to suffer. And we're going to be cultivating that level of awareness throughout this course. Emotional mastery is about being in your power and seeing clearly, seeing in the dark. You know, that's what the word shaman means, is one who sees in the dark, one who sees clearly beyond the illusions that play upon the screen of the mind, right? Beyond the illusion of fear and doubt and worry and separation and judgment, and seeing what's actually here, seeing what's actually possible and on offer, rather than just taking what you see as at face value, rather than taking the BS, the belief systems, at face value. So yeah, thanks for saying yes to this. This work is not for everyone. Not everyone's ready to do this work in this lifetime. And it's a really important time to be doing this work because it's a highly transitional time. We're moving, from a very patriarchal paradigm, moving from one age into the next, into a paradigm that's balanced in the masculine and feminine, where we're called to and more apt to use our intuition, develop our intuition and honor our intuition, and to follow our bliss. But in order to do that and not fear rejection, we need to be masters of our emotion, right? So that's why you're here. And so I want to just say that I'm so honored and I feel blessed that we get to do this work together. And I'm excited to see what kind of beauty and blossoming and expansion unfolds for you through our work together, individually and, as a group. This work is being done in community. And that the community aspect amplifies the power of the work that is done. So I'm really excited to see what all will unfold through this co-creative experience together. And it's so important to do this work in community with like-minded hearts and souls. And there's just a lot of potential in doing the work in this way. So thank you for being a part of this container. And, speaking of the container, I just wanted to say a word about it. This container this group has a consciousness, all of its own. This container is, it needs to be tended. Containers need to be tended, shamanically tended. And that's my role as your guide, is to tend the container, to nurture it, and to tend the energetic architecture of it. And so I'm working daily already to set the frequency, keep the frequency of the container set to the frequency of growth, healing, expansion, and integration. It's also set to the frequency of neutrality, curiosity, divine play, pleasure, abundance. That's one of the things I want you to receive from this work that we do together, is the experience of more abundance. And that's what this work actually sets you up for, right? Because as you let go of all those limited stories, the story of unworthiness and the story of scarcity, all the BS, the belief systems, that are in place and that, most of the world is collectively agreeing to, and that you're still agreeing to some degree as well. When you let go of those agreements, when you break those agreements, and you step into what's actually possible, then abundance is definitely, it's just a given, more flow of abundance and love and connection and beauty. So I'm really excited about that for you. And that's what this container is set to, right? Now, as I am tending the container every day, shamanically and energetically tending it, and calling on allies to support this container, I'm also checking in with you, each person in this group, and doing some shamanic and energetic work to support you in the letting go process, the letting go and the shedding and the unraveling from these belief systems, these limited belief systems, and supporting the clearing of old energetic patterns and clearing of that traumatic energy, that susto energy that might be stuck on loop for you. And clearing the matching pictures, which we'll talk about in the course. I'm excited to share this tool with you to clear matching pictures. And so that's one form of support that you have, just going on behind the scenes every day. And then we'll also be working with allies throughout our course. And that's, the power of bringing the transformative coaching work together, which is all about coming into right relationship with your thinking and becoming the master of your emotions. But then bringing the shamanism in really brings in the practices, the shamanic practices, the consciousness technologies, and the ally work, calling in the spiritual support, to support the process, to support you in your process, to make it easier for you to let go, to make it easier for those energetic patterns to shift. Shamanism or shamanic healing work lubricates your unraveling and your becoming process. So I'm excited to combine the two into this course. And so you'll be getting a lot of support. You'll be working and learning how to call in that support through our coursework. And our course is structured around the traditional medicine wheel, which there are 7 directional spirits, but we're going to be particularly working with the 4 directions of the spirit of the East, the South, the West, and the North. And our course is structured in this way. The traditional medicine wheel is a map, a shamanic map for growth and development. And it really helps to, gives a sense of structure and, to the unfolding. And it's very grounding. So you'll be learning how to work with the different allies along the way, learning their qualities, learning what you can call on them for, learning how to be in relationship with them and call upon them. We'll be working with some other allies too, including your body, your first ally, your greatest ally in consciousness. And, I think that's really important because this is, your body is your main teaching and learning device in this human incarnation. So it's a good idea to learn how to use it and how to work with it, as an ally rather than feeling like a victim of your body, which can happen. It happens a lot. Where we get into these adversarial relationships with our bodies just because of the way the programming of our culture is set. So we're breaking free of that, and we're coming into our power and into right relationship with the body, with our minds, with our energy, and with our environment, and with all the unseen forms of spiritual support. So there's just so much potential here for stepping into your power and fully blossoming. And I'm so excited to share this work with you. All the work we do in this container, all the practices, all the tools I'm going to give you, it's all going to build upon each other. It's going to build you up to a level of deep presence, which is required, for this unraveling process to occur efficiently and effectively. And it's going to build you up to a place of great power over your experience and mastery with your emotions and with your energy. And so I think that's the main thing I want to let you know. I'll be in touch with the schedule of our modules and group coaching calls. Just know that you are deeply supported throughout this process, and remember that you'll get out of this what you put into it. So as long as you are showing up with willingness, and curiosity and, willingness to look at whatever arises in your experience, willingness to be with it and take responsibility for it as the creator of your experience. We'll be talking more about that. And willing to show up to the calls as best you can, to the live calls. I know sometimes that may not be possible, but please do your best to show up to the live calls, and really committing now to being disciplined with this work and not putting it on the back burner, because if it's on the back burner, it can't really do you any good. So you'll get out of this what you put into it. And if you really focus your attention on the teachings and on the practices, and focus on integrating and embodying what is being shared here, you will get just such a huge return on your investment in this course. The investment that you put into this course monetarily has nothing on what you're actually going to get out of it, or what you can get out of it. All right, well, I will let you go for now, and just know that I'm loving you and blessing you, and seeing you in your highest essence.